In this presentation, I will talk about Bitcoin, why it was invented, and how it works. In the old days, money was backed by gold. 1 ounce of gold was worth so many dollars and vice versa. You could walk into your bank and exchange your dollar for gold. But in 1971, that tie was completely severed. This was done for political and practical reasons. So, since the tie between money and gold no longer exists, how else can we define money? It's reasonable to say that money is a promise for energy, time, and human labor. Money, the piece of paper on the right, is a promise to exchange for items on the left. To enforce this promise, we put our trust in a higher power, a central authority or government. The legitimacy and might of this central authority guarantees that the promises are enforced. But in 2008, when too big to fail organizations almost failed, people panicked because they thought their money was going to disappear. This situation showed how brittle the system was. The crisis also showed that the cops in charge were toothless or in the pockets of the people they were supposed to be watching. Many people were hurt and lost faith in the system. In response to the economic crisis, an anonymous figure named Satoshi Nakamoto invented the Bitcoin protocol. Nakamoto was the architect and builder of software that was the foundation of a new currency. That architecture supports the Bitcoin, which is a unit of currency as defined by the Bitcoin protocol. The Bitcoin exists purely as a line item in an electronic ledger called the blockchain. For example, in this simplified version of the blockchain, we see that as of December 2nd, the account number ABC123 has a balance of 5 Bitcoins, after a credit of 2 Bitcoins made on December 1st. Bitcoin is made possible by an ecosystem composed of users, money changers, and tellers. The ecosystem requires a network of computers that have Bitcoin software installed. That network is implemented as computers voluntarily running Bitcoin client or server software. These computers are constantly uploading and downloading updates to the ledger amongst each other. The most important innovation of Bitcoin is blockchain technology. In Bitcoin terminology, updates to that ledger are called blocks. The entire ledger is called the blockchain. A block is 1 megabyte in size, and currently the blockchain is about 21 gigabytes large. If a Bitcoin user wants to send a payment to another user, they send a transaction message to the entire Bitcoin network. The Bitcoin tellers then gather those transaction messages and bundle them into blocks. By design, adding a new block to the ledger is computationally expensive. On average, it takes large server farms 10 minutes to run and complete cryptographic algorithms to create the block. As compensation for spending a lot of energy and computing power, tellers are rewarded with 12.5 Bitcoins plus transaction fees given by the users. Tellers are more commonly referred to as Bitcoin miners. Bitcoin mining is an expensive activity. The largest cost in Bitcoin mining is the server hardware and electricity bills. There's an estimate of anywhere between 5,000 and 150,000 Bitcoin miners globally. Bitcoin as a currency. Pro. Bitcoin is accepted as payment by major companies like Microsoft and others. Con. If you lose your access code, you lose everything and there is no central authority to ask for help to recover your money. Pro: the Bitcoin protocol is open source, and that makes it much harder to cheat. Con: Bitcoin payments take 10 minutes to fully clear and propagate through the system, which is not an attractive quality for a currency. Pro: Bitcoin has been around for 8 years and survived ups and downs and is improving all the time. Con: new computing breakthroughs are inevitable and it could break the current encryption algorithms. Finally, since 2010, Bitcoin has gone from 39 cents to $16,000 as of November 2017. In my opinion, although the underlying protocol is solid, Bitcoin is a bubble waiting to pop.